You're on the Whip with Flex.
Well,
what do podcast drama, lasting male friendships, military-grade tech fluence, and cultural exhaustion all have in common? That wasn't for you. That was for the people out there.
Yeah.
That was for the people out there.
All right, I guess we'll find out.
Do you have an answer?
No.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, in a world where friendships unravel, bros stay bonded, tech execs earn stripes, and dialogue is dying, we're digging deep into relationships, influence, and ideology in this episode.
It's getting spicy today.
Hell yeah. Coming up next, a viral podcast moment with B. Simone sparks questions about sisterhood, ego, and envy.
It's insane.
That one's a crazy. It's been going viral on the internet and stuff, so I definitely want to talk about that a little bit. A breakdown of why male friendships survive and female ones may fracture a little bit.
We all know a Miami trip story, guys. We all know one.
We do. Miami, LA, Houston, Texas.
Oh, Houston is also
yeah. I don't know.
Or like Cancun or Jamaica.
Is the energy out there? I guess.
Man,
I don't know. Next, tech executives aren't just advising the Pentagon; they're becoming part of it. And lastly, are we so woke that we've forgotten how to think freely? So a cliffhanger for y'all. One of these topics might explain why connection is breaking down everywhere. Okay. This is in the whip. Let's get to it. Quell, tell them about the whip of the week, man.
So we're back in a Lexus RC 350F Sport. My co-host car, of course. As always, top of the line, class vehicle, beautiful red interior. It's a little fast, ain't it? I get up.
I do the speed limit, but if I were to push it, it'd probably go pretty fast.
That's pretty cool, man. You get the sunroof, you get the nice space. It's a coupe, but there's a lot of space in here, man. I'm not cramped at all.
Yeah.
I got leg room. I feel good.
You know, I got to say my thing. I love this car. I say it every time we talk about this car. Not just this car, every car, but I love this car specifically. Like you said, it's fast. It feels good when you drive it. You feel like you're literally in a sports car. The handling is really good. I don't really have many complaints with it, man. I think this is a really good car. It's a really fun car.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a fun car, if you're looking for a coupe within a decent price range, you're not looking to spend over $100,000. You know what I'm saying? You're in between the 40s and 60s, maybe even 80s, depending on what model you get. That's it's a good range for somebody.
And it's Japanese, so it's reliable. You know that.
Exactly. I think that's one of the key things that I love about it, how reliable this car is. Because I'm going to talk about the Beamer real quick. The Beamer was reliable, but once it went downhill, it
was a snowball effect.
Yeah, exactly. And everything. It was everything. One electronic.
Can't go wrong with a Lexus, bro.
Yeah.
Some of these cars go a million miles. I swear. So
no, for real. Hey, man, but let's get into it. B. Simone's podcast blunder. What happens when your best friend starts talking like a stranger with the mic? In a now viral clip, B. Simone and her friend discuss the imbalance in their relationship, highlighting everything from income differences to emotional misunderstandings. Like I said in the intro, this video has been going, viral.
Yeah. All
over Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, talking about how just looking at the differences between, not differences, but, B. Simone's friend, she was going through a rough time.
Yeah.
And
super rough time.
Beyond rough time. I was understanding.
It's like a Tyler Perry movie.
Yeah, no, for real. And she felt as though B. Simone wasn't there.
I don't know if she felt that way. I think she acknowledged she wasn't there, but then she was like, but I understand because, and it's a crazy reason. We'll play it for y'all in a few seconds.
Let's play the clip.
Wanna play it now?
Yeah, let's play it
now.
Being a best friend with a celebrity, everybody thinks that, because you're connected to this person, then your life is just as grand as theirs, or you got it, or they helping you. Baby, didn't have a job.
First of all, if I'm the broke person, don't cut me off to say nothing. Don't cut me off to say nothing, B. Simone. Don't do that shit ever again, bro.
No, for real.
You got it. No, don't speak for me. That's insane.
Living with my parents, a single mom, all this happened to me this past year. Jesus. And then it's like...
Don't say Jesus either like that.
To not have resentment in my heart towards you because I saw you do this for other people. I saw you give a check to somebody to help them through whatever they went through. And it's like, God, nobody didn't give me a handout, but guess what? That wasn't your responsibility. God had to take me through that for my own season, for my own thing. I had to get my car repossessed.
Jesus.
I had to go through the food stamps line.
So do you think that she actually meant that, or is that like cool?
Like the God thing?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people cope using that when their life is going horribly wrong.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not a super religious guy, but I believe that God is a good person, like wants you to have a good life and everything. Mm-hmm. You might go through some things, but damn, like she went through every bad thing possible, back to back to back.
Yeah. So I'm a big God person, and I do think that sometimes
big God person.
Who, me?
Why you say it like that?
What?
Big God person.
No, because you said you're not a big God person.
Why do you say that?
Is that what you said?
I'm not. I said I'm not a religious guy. You said I'm a big God person.
Oh, my fault. Well,
I'm a big LeBron guy. I'm a big Jordan guy. Like, that's how you said it.
Yeah, the big guy. So,
okay.
So, I'm pretty religious. You know what I'm saying? So, and I do think that sometimes.
Are you religious or spiritual?
Both.
Okay.
Definitely both. But I definitely feel as though there are some times where he puts an obstacle, or maybe not he puts it there, there's an obstacle that's on the course or the path that he wants you to go on. Yeah. But the path she was on.
When I say Tyler Perry movie writing
level,
life,
like
everything. You want to finish the video?
Yeah, let's finish the video.
Had to be on Medicaid because whatever I'm building my story too. But it's like, as a friend somebody who has it, it's hard to digest. They're probably shocked that I'm even saying this right.
So, you know what's funny? Did you have something to say before I go?
No, go ahead.
All right. It's funny. We kind of talked about this before in a previous episode where we spoke on people blowing up, getting money, and then coming back and helping. And let's revisit that now in this type of situation. Do those same rules apply?
No, they don't. I'm sorry.
Why?
They do not. This is one of the craziest videos I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it just kind of shows, as we're going to talk about later on, the relationships that men and women have with each other.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This lady is talking about, she went through welfare, she had to go through unemployment, she was homeless, everything. Her life fell apart. And she's a single mom. I assume B. Simone is the godmother of that child, they're best friends. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand how she could sit there and let her just suffer. I'm not saying you got to donate and give her all your money or build her up, but damn, you can't give her a little Nissan or something? Like, damn. Nissan got some money.
That's what I'm saying. But it's funny because people are saying now, they're questioning, are people's friendships, but in this case, women's friendships, built on performance and survival rather than trust and love?
This is survival.
Yeah.
She's barely surviving.
Yeah.
I don't think this is like a love thing because I don't feel like if me or you were going through that, we would let each other go through that.
No.
I'm not saying I'm going to give you $1 million.
Yeah,
Damn, I can help the nigga get like something.
And this is supposed to be like her best friend, right?
Yeah.
That's your best friend? Didn't she say in some other video?
Friend.
No, didn't another video say I didn't know she was going through that or something? Or?
She was responding like Jesus as if she had no idea. What? You know your friend is going through this right now?
All right, let me play devil's advocate. Maybe she didn't say nothing.
Maybe not.
And B. Simone's fairly busy, famous. She got a lot of stuff going on.
That's
busy
true.
schedule, so maybe she didn't. I'm just
At the same time, though, it goes both ways. You got to check on your friends. Don't we always say that? Men's got to check on your friends. Check on your friend. Like, hey, how's everything going? Like, are you good? Mm-hmm. Are you sure you're good? Like, you got to press people a little bit. It seemed like B. Simone was like, it's out of my hands.
Yeah.
You better pray to God. I can't help you. But the part that struck me was like, her friend was like, I'm watching you give somebody a check for their life. And it's like, who's the somebody? It's like it's a stranger or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's messed up to me. I don't like that.
Yeah. So question for you guys. Are you guys just friends? Like, you guys, your friends around you, are you guys just friends or are you just in proximity and pretending? I think that's a real good question. Like, a lot of people get caught up in, they feel as though, I'm trying to see how to word this. Basically, people won't leave other people because they're afraid to be alone, and two, it's just what's comfortable, what's around them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I grew up with this person, or oh, I know this person from X, Y, and Z, so I have to stay in relationship with this person, even though they might not be the best person for me, or actually a true friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people, including myself. I was friends with people just because I grew up with them or I knew them for a long time, but then come to find out later, they weren't, the best thing for me.
Do you think Shorty in this video will ever see that? Because I don't think B. Simone's her real friend. I think with a friend like B. Simone, you don't need no enemies. Like, Do you think she sees that or might see that? Or
Bro.
do you think she wants to keep her friend because she's famous and stuff?
I don't know. It sounds kind of fake, bro. Just the gee,
like that's insane.
It didn't feel genuine when she said that stuff.
No, it didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't feel genuine at all.
It felt like she was just like, I don't know, like, wow, this is a dramatic story. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
not an ounce of like, damn girl, why didn't you tell me? None of that. Like, I'm not a fan, bro. That shit makes my skin crawl.
I feel you. So, just one of my final thoughts: real friendships isn't based on matching lifestyles. It's based on mutual respect and love and being there for the person.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And we really got to remember that nowadays. We just we're so disconnected with the social media age, and when you find a good friend, someone that's actually there for you long term, and not just find a G, like
Jesus.
You make sure.
Wow, you want that?
You make sure you keep them in your life, and if somebody isn't a good friend, like really sit down and like analyze your friends. I'm not telling you to be hard-headed and what's the word? Just be very individualistic be like, only if they're serving me, then no. But really sit down. It's like, is this person there when I need them? And if I were to do this thing for them, would they do the same thing back? You know what I'm saying?
Simone helped this girl at all with anything.
Yeah.
You see the other clip of her? B. Simone was crying about going to H&M. She was like, I'm usually shopping at Bloomingdale's, but we had to leave, go to H&M because it was too expensive. She cried about that.
See, I don't like that, bro.
Like she cried about, I can't afford the $500 shirt. I got about a $50 shirt.
I don't like that. Why does it?
I think,
like, bro.
Maybe she going broke now. Maybe she could help, but she's struggling a little bit herself.
She caught in the Matrix crazy, bro.
Usually in Bloomingdale's, but we had to leave, girl. I couldn't do it. She was breaking down.
Yeah. Hey, man, let's get into the next topic. Topic 2, the simple nature of male relationships. So let's look on the flip side of this. We're looking at male friendships, Men don't talk every day.
No.
They don't need to. And their friendships last.
I agree, 1,000%.
So this context of the video, a man explains how the strength and longevity of male relationships are rooted in shared experiences, quiet loyalty, and mutual understanding that doesn't always require constant conversations.
Constant, like, validation and, like, reassurance. Mm-hmm. That's like a woman thing, I think, is the reassurance part of it. Like, are we still friends? Are we still cool? Do you still love me? Stuff like that. I'm gonna play the video for y'all.
Yeah, let's play the video.
I've noticed that some women don't understand how men can have friendships without knowing basic knowledge about each other, so I'm explaining to you how. For example, me and my homeboy, we were all chilling at my friend's house, right? We were having a big get together. And one of my friends said something about his birthday. So I asked, hold up, when is your birthday? And he goes, it's tomorrow. I told him happy birthday and he said, thank you.
When's your birthday?
July 8th. It's pretty soon. When's your birthday?
September 9th.
I need a month. I just couldn't tell you today.
Yeah.
That's how men do it. When it's summertime, I know his birthday's coming up soon.
That's what I'm saying.
Other friends are, and that's about it. I don't know the month or day until they tell me. So,
hell yeah.
But it's never, you forgot my birthday? It's never a mean or harmful thing. It's never
You saw that Tyler, the Creator, Lord of Squad? You ain't talking my birthday without my birthday.
Yeah.
Give me a gift on my birthday without my birthday. Huh?
She threw the glass in her face and all that. Yeah.
But that's how it be.
That's how it goes.
Then his girlfriend looks at me and she goes, wait, hold up. How are you his best friend and you don't know when his birthday is? Y'all know each other for so long. How do you not know when his birthday is? Because I'm not you. What? I'm not his girlfriend. I don't need to know his birthday. You got to remember his birthday. You got to remember the day, get him a gift, and put some thought into it. Me and him been passing the same $20 back and forth for 8 years. Slow maintenance, and that's why it works. Men aren't friends with each other based off of knowing every single little thing about each other and every little secret. We're friends because for the past 8 years, we have both seen every dumb, embarrassing, and dangerous thing we've each done. And every time afterwards, when we were at our lowest, we looked at each other and was like, same time next week, and we hung out again. That's how we did it. How I get it. 2 women are friends and one of them forget the other birthday? Good Lord, watch out. They may never reconcile over some date that...
Yeah, like, I feel like for men, for us to really have an issue, it has to be something dramatic, like you're talking to someone's girlfriend or something like that, or something crazy.
It has to question loyalty.
Yeah, it has to be a question of loyalty, 1,000%.
Yeah. It's
never like simple stuff. Like, I've seen women go to blows because somebody's outfit is too nice on the other person's birthday.
Yeah. I've seen some crazy stuff like that too.
Like, do you know how crazy that is?
That's insane.
Like, if it's my birthday and I got something on, my homeboys are fresh too. Oh, I'm gonna say, y'all look good.
Yeah,
we fresh.
Like you should.
That is crazy, and I feel like it's because a lot of women are superficial in their relationships. They're friends with girls because they're pretty. How many times have you seen girls post something and their comments are full of girls? Oh my gosh, you're so beautiful, queen.
They be lying to each other, bro.
You don't even know these girls like that.
They don't.
That the other one wasn't even there for. But as long as me and him still like football, we gonna be alright.
I think he said we seen each other do the dumbest, stupidest, whatever at our lowest, and then we look at each other. He said, "See you next week."
Yeah, pretty much.
I think that is the essence of male friendships, and that's where female friendships differ.
I think male friendships are a true judgment-free zone. Like, judgment-free is in, like, they might judge you, but it will never be above, like, it's a joking thing. Like, why'd you do that shit? Like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Or why'd you do that? Or, well, I told you that girl was bad for you, but hey, here we are. You know what I'm saying? It's never like a serious level of, like, what are you doing? Like, it's never like a serious anything. It's more like just, we understand each other. It's a mutual understanding.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know what it is about the female relationship. I don't know. It's rooted in delusion, envy, jealousy, whatever it is. Just, I honestly don't understand. And going back to what you said about the girls' trip, so many girls talk about how they went away with their friends and it was the worst thing. They lost like half the friend group split up.
Everybody's just horrible.
It was a horrible time. They was arguing the whole time. Somebody staying in the room. They don't want, like,
nobody bought their share of the money. They're broke. Like,
something
everything.
crazy. Like
in the comments, please, women, let us know.
You please.
Why Miami? Why do they always go bad for you? Why don't y'all, like, what is there a planning problem? Is there a certain understanding that, you know, somebody got you, like, what does it come down to? Why is it always Miami or Houston or whatever we said? It's like a bad situation for you guys.
Yeah. And another question I have for you guys is, do men form bonds that are deeper because they expect less, or are they just less honest about conflict? See, there you go.
Okay.
Maybe
So
playing devil's advocate, maybe they just let the stuff slide. Where women have to say everything, little thing that's wrong, and men is like, oh, well, that's whatever.
I mean, how many friends do we know that are late to everything we plan?
I feel like that was that he took a shot.
Yeah. But I feel like as men, it's like an understanding, like, oh, the guy is late sometimes. I'm not gonna crucify him when he gets here. Now, women, I feel like they take it as a sign of disrespect. Like, I told her to be there at 7. She got there at 7:45. Like, she don't care about me. She don't respect me. I had a whole plan set up and everything. And it's like, it's not as serious to me, bro. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I just don't think we take stuff as seriously as they do.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that's what it is. The final thought. Sometimes love is quiet. Sometimes that's why it lasts.
I like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that's like how it should be though?
What?
Do you think men should hold each other more accountable for certain shit? Like even little smaller stuff?
That's a great question.
Like little pet peeve stuff.
That's a great question. Depends on what it is, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think they necessarily need to. I definitely think that if you are always upset about something, then no one's gonna want to be around you because you're always upset about something.
Like that's something the other person did?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Because if you ever have been like in a relationship or have like a close female friend, like the way they talk about their friends is like, do you even like that person? Like, are y'all even cool? Like,
hell yeah.
What? I've never heard nothing positive about this girl that you're always out with. You always my bestie. Like, I'm confused. Mm-hmm. I don't understand that because when it comes to men, I never talk bad about my friends behind their back. I usually just call them and tell them to their face. I don't tell them behind their back.
Tell you shit. Yeah, but so I think if something's really bothering the guy, then go ahead and say it. But if it's something like, I don't know, if it's something minor, then I'm like, all right, whatever. Like,
but that's what I think the difference is, that our idea of minor is so different from what theirs is that we could never really relate.
I don't even know what they consider minor. They be tripping about everything.
I think there's so much stuff that just rolls off our shoulder that they would never allow to happen.
Yeah.
Because we could pull up wearing the same shoes, and just laugh about it. Let that shit be women. The same red bottoms or something. It's over. Night's over. trying to outshine me. You just trying. And it's like, it's horrible. I don't get it. I don't get it.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. Tech executives are being commissioned into the U.S. military. So imagine your favorite tech CEO.
Do you have a favorite tech CEO?
Imagine your favorite tech CEO, and now picture them in a military uniform.
Imagine your favorite Antichrist in a uniform with corporal or captain stripes or whatever.
So a recent clip reveals that tech executives are being granted official positions in the U.S. military, not just consultants, commissioned officers. Now that is insane. If
That
I'm
is
being
insanely disrespectful.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a veteran myself. I have friends and family who are. I would love to hear the opinion of a veteran on this, because I feel like if some fucking nerd just came up and was like, I donated all this money or I signed this contract, I'm now a captain over you and I'm telling you what to do, I would feel extremely slighted and disrespected. I would feel beyond pissed.
But so before we go into the video, I think that really shows just how much we are starting to utilize AI, machine learning, and all these things, not just on our everyday lives, but in the military and global affairs.
Do you know the story? Do you know the background of Terminator? Why that happened? Because Skynet, the AI, was given control of the nukes and then they went crazy. Yeah. All right. Just make sure you know that.
One last thing before we just play the video. We talked about this, I think, through like one of our very first videos where we had Big Flip in the car. He was talking about Terminator and how
it comes full circle now.
It comes full circle. This was like, what we on, episode 20 something? Like,
what's on 30, actually?
We're almost, damn near 30.
Huge milestone, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. So, almost 30, and we talked about that like week 1, which is crazy.
Here we are.
Talking about the dang Terminator.
I'll play the video for y'all, man, because it's ridiculous. It sounds very crazy. It's crazier when you actually hear it broken down.
Exactly.
Tech executives are being given honorary military status in the United States military. Palantir, Meta, and OpenAI executives received commission into the U.S. Army, forming Detachment 201. Executive and big tech companies are being commissioned and given the rank of lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve.
Lieutenant colonel, bro. I don't know the ranks, but that's up there.
Yeah,
that's pretty high up. Like, that's not no joke. You can send somebody off to die with that position, basically. So that's crazy.
But the fact that they're just are given these positions without even really having to work for it. What do they know about military and strategy?
Nothing. Whatever the computer tell them.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't know anything, bro. I'll play the rest of the video.
The initial cohort of executives include the Chief Technology Officer from Palantir, Shyam Sankar, Andrew Bosworth, the Chief Technology Officer from Meta, Kevin Weil, OpenAI's Chief Product Officer, and Bob McGrew, the former Chief Research Officer at OpenAI. I'm trying to figure out how it makes any sense that anyone in tech or AI world needs the status of Lieutenant Colonel in the U.S.
That's what I'm saying.
Lieutenant Colonel.
Why anybody in that sector needs to have that position?
A lot of these guys, man. A lot of these guys in that sector, dude. Like the Zuckerbergs and the Peter Thiels and all that stuff, they're power-hungry people. Like, they've already conquered the world financially. Mm-hmm. Like, no matter what you do, if you can invent anything in the world, if you invent something in software, you're guaranteed to be a multi-billionaire. Like, you're guaranteed to have a seat at the table, basically, with the really elite people, like the Bill Gates of the world, stuff like that. Yeah. So they're past the stage of money now. They need more power. They need to exercise more power on the country. Look at Elon Musk. I mean, he's a tech guy too, but he used his influence and power to get into the damn White House. It's the same thing. It's a different way about it. Maybe they want to cosplay being G.I. Joe or something. I don't know. They grew up wanting to be soldiers so bad, but they couldn't make it to the physical training part. Yeah. But here we are. And don't get it twisted, y'all. The defense budget is limitless. There's big money in those contracts. You get paid a lot of money if they get a contract.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Military. Like, how does that make any sense? Especially when in the Great Big Beautiful Bill, they passed a provision in which AI cannot be changed, no laws can be made, and AI can roam free for the next decade. Things that make you go, for real.
So hear the last part?
What was the last part?
So the Big Beautiful Bill, Trump's big bill that made a bunch of people mad on both sides. One provision in there is that AI, there's no regulations allowed for the next 10 years on AI. And you've seen since think about when AI first came around, like the current state of it, and look how fast it's developed to now. I remember in the beginning, the videos were all weird. They had 17 fingers and all that.
Yeah.
But now it's like, this could be AI. People would be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, there are whole black influencers on Twitter that AI created.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And I hate that. We should talk about that next episode.
What, the regulations?
No, the black AI influencers.
Oh, yeah.
on
We can
Twitter.
talk. I've definitely seen them shit's crazy. But I want to talk about the lack of regulations in the AI space. I think that is almost, I don't even can't think of the word.
It's comical.
It's not even comical. I think that should be almost unconstitutional, because maybe that's not the right word, but
I feel like it is.
It's going against you can manipulate people. People don't have rights. You can do whatever you want with that AI stuff, and there's no regulations on it, so there's no telling what people can do with that type of power.
We regulate every other little thing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We regulate the lines that you want to draw to build your damn house on the land you bought. You know what I'm saying? You can't make it this wide. You can't make it that wide. You got to build it in this spot. This is simply like a power play. Like, it shows you where how much that money matters. Like, because these guys are, I guarantee, like Peter Thiel, the guy I went about the spiel about one episode before, evil guy. They asked him, an interviewer asked him recently, do you think the human race should endure? He paused and was like, and he hesitated basically. It was basically like, they asked him, do you think the human race should last beyond what it is now? And should we strive to be better and explore the stars and all that stuff? And he couldn't find an answer. He was like, I don't know. Mm-hmm. You don't know. But you have so much power over the future of humanity. Like, when you think about it, like AI and this money and this position he's getting, it's scary.
I think that we the people need to petition for regulations for AI, because we don't know what information or just subliminal messaging they could be putting in front of our faces. Not even just subliminal messaging. What kind of messaging? They could be faking any types of stuff with the AI stuff. That stuff is getting real. I know you can kind of tell with the voices now, but if you just happen to be asleep, or you take an older person, someone who don't really know, doesn't keep up with that stuff, they're cooked.
There's been AI videos and stuff used on the news, like on like on Fox News and stuff like that. I'm not just picking on Fox News, but like other places probably use them too. But it's like subtle stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's just very scary, because I don't think the hands of human lives should be put into machines, because they're obviously going to use them for warfare. OpenAI got a contract with the U.S. military. Obviously,
Does it really?
$200-something million, I think, like that, or something like that.
LOL.
So it's like, obviously you're going to use it to kill people, like in some form or fashion. Yeah. So it's like, do you really put that in the hands of a machine? Mm-hmm. And a illogical machine, you know what I mean? It's like, that's going to lead to a lot of collateral damage, because it's going to say, well, the numbers say that we should bomb this place. And it's like, even though it's women and children there, our target's there too. So it makes more sense to do this. And it's just
So
not a fan.
I think that the impact of this is that the blending of Silicon Valley and the military can really change everything, from like how wars are fought to how surveillance is run.
Oh, yeah, that's already done.
If tech leaders are writing the code and calling the shots, what happens to the checks and balances? Like,
I think they're gone.
Yeah.
Techno oligarchy. I mean, like we spoke a few episodes ago about like the Wall Street thing with the housing market stuff, how Wall Street has so much power over the president's decisions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
This is like times 10, because it's all these tech guys who really hold the future of propaganda, of information, of the flow of information. They're the future of a bunch of stuff. AI could be used for so many things, detecting illnesses before doctors can. Yeah, or as a tool for doctors to use. Yeah, that's an example.
There's good stuff that AI can be used.
It could be used as like a tool for construction workers to find flaws in the building they're making, something like that. It could help us so much, but the amount of greed and the amount of power-hungry people that we have in charge, they're going to use it obviously to crush other people, which is what we see with this stuff.
So one of the questions I have for the audience is, who's really protecting the country? Our generals, or is it our billionaires? Who has?
Is it about protection, you think, or is it about expansion? I don't think it's about protection. I don't think the U.S. needs protection. I think we're past that part. Like, I always hate when they say like the soldier that's fighting in Afghanistan is protecting my rights. I don't give a damn what's going on in Afghanistan. That don't affect me at all. It doesn't matter. He ain't protecting me from nobody. So it's like, when you say that, like, are you really protecting me, or are you trying to give yourself more tools to expand? You know what I mean? Because maybe the AI is going to be using satellites, and they're going to be able to more easily pinpoint where people are and who is where and what is where and where the nuclear silos actually are and stuff like that. And
so look, this is what I think is gonna happen. I think there's gonna be another that happens, and then what was it called then? Whatever, something happened, but there's gonna be another bigger surveillance that's gonna happen that we're all
Patriot Act.
Yep, exactly.
When that thing happened in 2001,
yeah,
the U.S. military swiftly passed the Patriot Act, which allowed them to look into like your phone calls, your texts, your emails. The TSA's are part of that as well.
Oh yeah, all of that.
Which I heard apparently they're looking into removing TSA from airports, which is spooky because the TSA is not great at their jobs, but they are government regulated. They have rules to follow. So in my mind, if you remove them, that means you're going to offer someone like me or you to have our company to do it, and that's not a good idea. I don't think. They're
trying to make it private.
Maybe
they're privatizing it.
That's my assumption. Because why else would you want to peel it back? Give it to one of your homeboys that has an idea like how to do it.
No,
better.
you're probably right. They probably are trying to privatize it. Now that you say that, they're trying to privatize everything.
But the conflict of interest in the ethics side is horrible because it's like those X-rays look at your naked body, stuff like that. Like that's crazy. I don't like that. And it's like, how can if I already have a fear that a government-run TSA can miss something, why would I trust a corporation that's gonna
trust Amazon?
They're gonna cut Amazon.
Trust Tesla.
If there's an Amazon airport security, brother, I will take the train.
That's probably what it's going to end up being.
I'll take the train where I go.
That's what it's going to end up being.
So my point with that is like, if TSA makes mistakes, you don't think a corporation that's going to cut corners and save money going to make mistakes too? They might have 2 niggas work the whole line. That might be we cut corners, we cut staff, we're going to lay off half the TSA.
Yeah.
So it'll be 2 TSA workers to every line in the hospital and an airport.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's crazy. What if we use AI to do it? And AI can make mistakes because the AI can recognize everything.
That's probably what they're gonna do. Before we move forward, I think somewhere in Asia, I don't want to misquote, but they already have AI that can facial recognition, and then it'll pull up your whole background history. Like it'll tell your name, your address, if you like your criminal history, your job history.
Let me ask you this: if China has that, you don't think we got that already?
Oh, we definitely have.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
That's what Palantir wants to do. They want to have a whole database of all American citizens, even the ones off the radar, off the grid type of people, the Appalachian Mountain living people. They're gonna be in there too. A whole database. So why are you trusting somebody with every U.S. citizen in their database? Old, young, dead or alive in a database with military power. That's a really bad idea, man. I figured that one day these tech guys will say, we're bigger than you, we're stronger than you, we're gonna outmuscle you, and we're gonna take over the country, and it's gonna be like the president can be around, but it's us doing what we wanna do, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like we're living in, I say this all the time, we're living in a Twilight Zone, a Black Mirror episode. Like this is crazy.
I feel like Black Mirror, I feel like they don't gotta do much. I feel like their ideas are probably gonna take from them. Like they probably behind now, because like a lot of that stuff is like
it's here
5 years away at the most.
Yeah,
at the most 10, if that.
I don't think it's gonna get that bad that soon.
I don't know, bro.
I know that. See, that's like I don't think it is, bro. I really don't think so. I'm more worried about my kids.
Yeah, definitely.
Like that generation.
Like,
that's
what 20 years from now.
Yeah, by then I'm 60 or something, whatever. 50, whatever.
That's how the boomers think now, though.
I'm just saying.
I'm already old. I don't care. I'm already old. I mean, so what? My house was $10.
No, I'm not saying so what. I'm saying they're gonna feel it more because they'll be in their prime.
Yeah. So what? I bought my house for $7 nickels, and now it's $500,000, and I don't care. I'm about to die soon. I don't care.
$7 nickels is crazy.
No, but I do get what you're saying. I do fear for the future because, like, what can you really trust? I mean, after a while, it's gonna be all AI generated slop and BS. This is horrible. And the problem is, like, AI is a tool. It's not meant to be a replacement for me or you, but that's how they're going to use it. That's how the powers that be are going to use it, to replace people instead of helping people.
So final thoughts. Power is no longer just about government. It's about access, influence, and algorithms.
Absolutely.
I think the algorithms, that's just crazy.
That was kind of hard. You wrote that?
No, I didn't write this one.
Oh,
I didn't write
who wrote
this
that?
one.
ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Oh my, you're a hypocrite. Oh my God.
Hey man, I write some. He writes some. It's a.
I might be compromised, y'all.
That's my dog.
Oh my God.
Hey, bro.
You done gave ChatGPT enough information to be.
I know he's gonna be me, bro.
He's gonna take over your brain one day.
I saw a video that said, you're training your replacement.
Yeah.
Like they're gathering you. Every time you use ChatGPT, they're taking all this information about you. Especially if you log in. Don't forget they give you when you log in. Can we have access to the? They got everything about you. Now they're putting a template together.
Like you ever read terms and conditions, bro? Like all the way through?
All the way through? I'll skim. Not everything. I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, everything I read. No, I've skimmed a couple of them before.
It probably is some wild stuff.
Oh yeah, I already know, bro. South Park made a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
You didn't read the terms and conditions. Shout out South Park, man. That's a great show. Let's go to our last topic, man. Has wokeness gone too far? We need to hear the other side. What if being woke or too woke is making us blind? Now, I feel like, before we get into that, I feel like that could be a real thing, too. Because I feel like I'm not the wokest person. But I feel like I'm definitely getting more woke. And sometimes I'm thinking, am I too woke?
I don't know if there's a way to be too woke. I don't really know if I agree with this one. I'll see what this young lady says in the video. Again, because I've seen it before, but I want to refresh myself.
So just to give a little context, a speaker argues that modern wokeness has become too rigid and too self-righteous, shutting down nuance,
that I agree with,
disagreement, and even growth.
I agree with the self-righteousness part of it. Because a lot of times it's so performative, like...
Oh, hell yeah.
Especially, like, when it comes to the BLM stuff, and, like, certain people that weren't...
Can we say that?
I said BLM.
Can you say that?
That movement.
I was being a little facetious, but at the same time, it was like...
I don't know if we can say it. I'm not going to say the whole thing. But certain people that weren't, they were, like, kind of overly, like, enthusiastically, like, oh, we got to do something about this stuff. And it's like, I don't know.
They were excited to help.
But but you're only doing it to show that other people that you're doing it. That you're better than other people.
You think so?
I think so. Some of them, not all of them, but some. Not everybody. Because, like, say, like, Bernie Sanders or something like that. He was actually with MLK and stuff. Like, some of the young people, they kind of just doing this because they want to say, I was doing it and I was cool. I'm at the...
You see the video?
My selfie at the protest stuff.
You see the video of the people bowing down to black people?
That's what I'm talking about.
That was crazy.
That's something I never want to see again.
Yeah, I don't want to
talk about cringe, like you can't even, like, stand to finish the video. Like, that's how the video was. It was a bunch of white people in a park bowing down to African Americans, like, we're so sorry for slavery and put me in a chain. It's like,
I'm like, you're doing too much now.
More than too much. They
lost the plot. But I feel like that's what some of us want.
No, that's the nuance part that people are missing. They lost the plot. I'm watching the video with you.
All right, because I got some questions now. Go ahead.
I would probably be the last person to ever utter the phrase, wokeness has gone too far. Usually, I don't see the substance in that conversation. Every group is going to have extremes, but there are some things we do need to talk about. The left needs to be okay with talking to people who are bad people. That is genuinely one of our biggest kryptonite. We don't allow ourselves to engage with bigots, and as a result, we're not familiar with their points, the arguments that they make. So when we do encounter them, we just genuinely don't know what to say. We all know that racial science is bullshit. We all know it's racist, but race realists still exist. We have TikTokers coming up who are promoting this science, and you don't know shit about it. You don't know how to counter their points because you refuse to speak to them. You refuse to engage with these people who are making huge waves in political discourse. We need to talk to more racists, more eugenicists, like all of those people. Do we not understand how humongous the alt-right has become and how many people truly believe what they're saying? The right has a monopoly on culture. There is a coolness about being conservative, about being edgy that the left just doesn't have.
So that I will agree with. There's a coolness to it, like to being like conservative. Like they kind of capitalize on like the young, like young people in a way, like the Joe Rogans of the world, people like that. Andrew Tate, Sneeko, people like that. Like they definitely capitalize on like sort of that sort of like lane, and like that stuff is also very profitable because people on the right give their money to anybody that agrees with them. So yeah.
If anything, the more left you are, the more soft you are, the more cringe you are. The least we can do is make them look stupid. Like that's the only thing that we have. And it's the most important because every single talking point they have is rooted in fallacy and misinformation. So start talking to them. Tomorrow at 2 p.m., I'll be debating a new age race realist. His @is post.
All sorry, I don't want to promote your debate lady. Yeah. So what do you think? 'Cause I think we're different on this one. I'm not gonna lie. So what do you think about her points of like having to hear people out and actually sit down and speak with, let's say, a racist or something like that?
Yeah. I don't know if we do agree. I think so what she was saying about sitting down and actually hearing them out, I actually do think we need to sit down and actually hear them out.
But her point was like so we actually can like counter them.
Oh,
That's what she was saying.
No.
She was saying to counter them effectively, you got to hear what they're saying.
No, that's not the point. Now you just want to argue. You see what I'm saying? You just want to argue.
The point is like a lot of that stuff on the right. Let me say this. Let me say this off the rip. I don't think the modern conservative is really able to speak because the MAGA conservative controls the whole narrative. And I don't think that's a modern conservative. I don't think every conservative is a Trump guy or a Trump girl. I don't think so. But the loudest voices are the Trump MAGA people because they say the most wild, flagrant stuff. And it's like they have the most dramatic points about stuff. And that's why I think it's so hard for people that are on the left to speak with them because it's like, you're opposing me, but you're opposing like basic humanity sometimes. Yeah. Like they'll say like, you'll say like, hey man, I don't think you should deport people and deport kids and stuff without their parents being around. That's crazy. And they'll say like, well, should have been illegals. And it's like, it's a child. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is like, how can I even speak to you? Because you're not a good person at all.
I think that if we're going to listen to the other side, we need to do it to find a place of understanding so we can meet in the middle ground and actually make progress. If you're just listening to try and counter their arguments, if that's what she was actually saying, then I feel like that's stupid. You just want to argue at that point and then just prove why you're right and not actually come to what is right. You just want.
She was talking about like people that are promoting like actual like incorrect like racial science. Oh, black people have a smaller brain, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that makes sense. But I think, and those people are pretty vocal, pretty powerful people right now. Unfortunately.
What? Which people?
People that say wild stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Or literal fascists and literal Yahtzees, I'll say.
Yeah. Those people are always going to be popular just because they spark emotions.
Yeah, definitely.
They just say wild stuff, negativity.
But I feel like it's hard to sit down at a table and talk with somebody who opposes you on certain topics because certain topics are like, life and death. Like, let's say birth control, for example. Like, sometimes a woman might need to go to the clinic because that situation she has could kill her. It's not just like it's not just like I want to get rid of this. It's like it could kill me. I have to go. But if these laws pass in some states, she can't go. She's got to die. And it's like, that's not fair to her. And of course, it's the age old like, if I'm pregnant from an SA, what do I do? You know what I mean? That's always been there with the debates of it. And it's like, some stuff is like, how can you oppose that? You know what I mean? That's why I think it's so hard for some people on the left to talk with those people because like you oppose people living or dying.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah. Like you said, it raises critical questions about the state of modern discourse. If we only listen to people we agree with, are we actually learning or just reinforcing bias? And
that's the thing. I agree with that part, for sure. That's why I think that it's the conservatives within need to kind of like regain control because I think the MAGA conservative is not the true conservative. Like certain things that are happening, like we talk about the Palantir stuff, it's not a conservative ideal to give power to corporations, like that much power to corporations. It's not a conservative thing. Obviously, they want smaller government and more businesses and stuff like that, but like, they're working with the government to survey the whole population. That's not a conservative ideal. That's more power for the government, having an AI at their disposal, stuff like that. So it's like a bunch of hypocritical things that happen, and it's like, what can we really do about this stuff? Like, how can we even come to the middle ground? Because y'all are allowing things y'all don't even believe in to go on because you want to look better than me or something like that. And it's like...
Exactly. They don't want to be wrong. Like you said.
But I think both sides have that problem.
They both do.
But I think one side is way louder, way more flagrant with it.
You think so? I disagree with that. I think both sides are just as loud.
Hell no. One of them got the presidency, the other one don't. Landslide. I don't know. I think that MAGA stuff just is up. I think we're gonna get a big correction soon because it always happens in cycles like that. Like George Bush was in, he failed. That means we had to go all the way to the left and got Obama in there, which is.
So what we getting next time?
So then we had to go all the way to the right with Trump in there, and then we go all the way back because might get a woman next. AOC, the Hispanic lady, AOC.
For real?
Macy Jasmine Crockett put her bid in. You never know.
Jasmine Crockett?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Y'all told me. We might get a woman actually in there, but one with a stronger foundation because I think Kamala's thing, she had no foundation to build on. Like, she was kind of like, and also, she wasn't really trustworthy, to my opinion. I mean.
Who, Kamala? Yeah, I agree.
She black or Indian?
She don't know.
Exactly.
She know.
Exactly.
No, she know what she is.
She know what she is.
Yeah, bro.
She, you know, to me, she just seems like a real, a fair, a good person.
She's not, bro.
I didn't vote
like,
for her, though,
not that she wasn't genuine. It wasn't.
I didn't feel genuine. I heard when she spoke.
You know what I'm saying? She would switch up just a little too much.
Yeah.
I forgot earlier, like, when she was first in the scene, before she was running for president, she was like, oh, I'm Indian. Now she want to be, oh, I'm black. You're like
instead of embracing both sides and telling us how that'll help you understand the plight of different people, you keep leaning. And it was like the dumb, like, I had listened to Tupac in college and all that stuff. I love, like, it's like, I don't care about that. What do you want to help me with? Like,
that felt racist. Like,
it did a little bit.
You know, like,
she was a lie, too. She was in college like the 80s, so... You lied. He wasn't out then. Sorry. When she was in college, he wasn't out yet.
Maybe she got his secret disc before he blew up.
Like the Chappelle Show thing when he had he started saying Andreas on the song and stuff.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, I just feel like there is a way to have a middle ground, but some people don't want a middle ground, bro. They just want to be completely on their side and this side. It's a tribalistic thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that me and you could sit down and talk to Nick Fuentes and be like, have an understanding. I don't think bro want to do that. I don't think bro sees us as human beings anyway. You know what I'm saying? But somebody more like, I'm trying to think.
I still would want to pick his brain, though. Me personally.
I would like to pick his brain out of his head, yeah, for sure. With a shovel, probably. Like, what are you talking about? But that's the thing. But he's a Yahtzee. I mean, come on now.
Yeah,
he's not. But like somebody like a conservative who I might want to hear from and understand, maybe like Mitt Romney or something. He's running Mitt Romney. He's probably more moderate dude for real. You want to hear what he got to say?
You wouldn't sit down and talk to Trump?
I probably would because it'd be funny. He's a funny dude.
He is a funny
dude. But
dude.
I probably wouldn't agree with nothing he got to say.
Really?
I feel like Trump is a chameleon. I don't think he has no real original thoughts, bro. I feel like whoever in his ear last, he just go with what they said if he fuck with him. I feel like he don't have nothing original. I think he just want to get money and get up out of there.
I think he has something big up his sleeve.
Yeah, fascism. A new era of fascism for the country that we can't get up under of.
I think, but I think he's being very selfish and individualistic. Everything
that's all he does. It's for himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did you know that as a president, you're not supposed to have like businesses and all that type of stuff? Yes, that's like a rule. You know that?
That's cool.
Like Jimmy Carter sold his farm to be a president.
You informed me. I didn't know.
Oh yeah.
You informed me.
Jimmy Carter back then, they had to sell his farm to be president because there was a conflict of interest. That's crazy. When you think about that. And Trump selling like phones and all that. And
his phone?
I don't know. He probably do. I don't know.
He probably do.
He's selling crypto coin and all that.
He definitely has a crypto.
Wildin', boy. He's selling Trump Bibles and all that. That's insane.
Trump Bible's crazy.
Wow.
What, he got his face on the front?
It's something different about it. I don't know. But they be buying it. But you can't do that.
They got a new chapter book in there.
Yeah, it's a whole new, probably. Trump Leviticus 1 or something.
Yeah.
Wow, boy. You're not supposed to do that. I didn't know that until recently. Well, when I told you, I kind of knew, but that was recent. Like, you have to do that. It's crazy.
Just so you know, he's never going to sell any of his stuff.
No.
I know you know, but...
I already know.
Would you?
No.
You know you would not sell your stuff either way.
But that's the thing about, like, this conservative stuff. That's not a conservative ideal. He should sell his stuff to be a more, have a more integrity as in the government. That's what y'all want, right?
So my question for the audience is, have we replaced curiosity with cancellation? Real progress doesn't come from the echo chambers. It comes from courageously facing the other side.
You think cancel culture is really real?
No.
I don't think nobody ever got canceled besides, like, the people who actually, did horrible things. Besides them, who got canceled?
Who got canceled?
Harvey Weinstein's done. R. Kelly's done.
Well, hold on. Let's go back to... Let's go to R. Kelly. No. I'll just throw it out there. I don't believe in cancel culture because it's never us that are doing the canceling.
That's true, yeah.
Like, if you really
I feel like Negroes was kind of done with R. Kelly.
Bro, no.
No, actually, no, they ain't.
It's never, we are never the ones leading the cancel culture. If you really look.
So you think he's our pedophile? We should be the ones that. He's our pedophile. What are you doing?
That's not what I'm saying.
Bill Cosby's our rapist. We should get him out of here.
It's never been us who.
It's not, though. You're right.
Led the cancellation. It's been, exactly.
But they have bigger voices than us, and a lot of times they'll.
No, they don't. We have the biggest voice.
I agree. Listen, Daniel Kaluuya, the actor from Get Out, he said it best. He said, "Call me a minority." He said, "Billion black people and a billion white people." I'm major, bro. That's true. We're major. We're not minorities. But you know how them people are. They will hijack what we doing. Look at the Me Too movement. It was a black lady that started that. They hijacked it and was like, "Nah, you got to get them out of here because it's our thing." He was doing this to us and all that. And it's like, she started because they were harassing black women and nobody was speaking for them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like, you know how it goes with them people. They hijack our movements. And it's like, R. Kelly, do you think white people white people was the ones that got him out of here? You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know. How many white people are really fans of R. Kelly?
It has nothing to do with
were fans.
Music. It's not about the music. It's
sure?
I mean, it was, no.
I still hear his songs a lot. I feel like I shouldn't, but I do.
I can separate the art from the artist sometimes.
I can't, because some of his lyrics are.
I feel you
it seems like you're ready.
Knowing what we know now and then going back and listening to.
Oh, man. My mind's telling me no, my body's telling me. No. Come on, Robert. You can't do that.
The signs were there.
They were there.
We all knew.
Everybody knew, though. Like, he got accused in the 90s. DMX called him out on it, on the radio. Said he had little girls in the studio.
So what happened? Why didn't he get...
Because
we don't have the power, bro.
That's true.
It was never about
We also protect our own, unfortunately, even if they're doing some wild stuff.
You're right about that.
Which is unfortunate.
You're right about that, man.
But I understand it to an extent because it's like every time we have somebody who's our own who does good things, they tear him down. They get him out of here. Yeah. So it's like we have to defend our own, even if it's not right. And I get it. I really get it.
Yeah.
You think if Obama had them allegations that people would defend him too?
Bro, if Obama did anything that... Obama was on such a tightrope.
Yeah.
He had to almost be perfect.
Remember he had that tan suit on? They was about to kill him over the tan suit?
Yes. Insane.
That's what we talking about though with these people. Like, they're not real people, bro. That's why you gotta take them. You gotta take them seriously, right? Because they have a lot of influence and stuff like that. But you can't at the same time.
I know exactly
what are y'all talking about?
I know exactly what you're saying, bro. Like I said, Obama had to walk on a freaking tightrope, bro.
Yeah, like tan suit. Get him out of here. Get him. He's done.
So if any of that stuff happened to Obama, it would have just went downhill. He would have been impeached by like the third day.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Trump got like 17 wives or something. He got like a bunch of kids at the wedlock and all that. He's a wild boy.
Yeah, he's a wild boy.
That's also not a conservative value. He's an adulterer. He got kids out of wedlock. I'm just saying. He owns a casino.
Well, he doesn't believe any of the stuff he's saying.
No, he does. He's a grifter. He's just getting money. That's why I probably can talk to him, because I feel like if I'm talking to him, I'm not talking to a real person. I'm talking to somebody who has no actual beliefs of anything. He just...
No morality, bro?
Nah, he's funny, though. The way he talks is funny.
I love the way he talks.
He's funny,
it's
bro.
Hilarious.
Yeah. But to circle back, I do think it's gone too far. I do think it's gone a little too far, bro. Like, some of the stuff is like, okay, thank you for being woke and all that. Thank you for helping out, but come on now. It's over with. Like, we have to meet in the middle at some point. We're all stuck here together.
Yeah.
Diversity is the part of America. We can't change it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, again, appreciate you guys for checking in, being in the whip with us, man. It was a great episode. I think we had a lot of good talking points today. You know what I'm saying? Kept it pretty concise too.
Hell yeah, it was nice and clean.
Yeah.
We saw y'all comments. We rambled and all that type of stuff. We're gonna get together, okay?
Hey man, we like to talk. We like to inform y'all. Really like to start the conversation. Like I said, man. Hey, if y'all made it this far, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share it with somebody you feel as though who would like this type of information, this type of content. Well, they can contribute to the conversation, man. You know, Absolutely. The same thing we always talk about, man.
Yeah. Make
sure you guys follow the In the Whip page on Instagram. We got a TikTok coming up. It's the In the Whip podcast, same as the Instagram. We're gonna have the TikTok on there, man. Appreciate you guys for checking in on our segments. We have the previews that we do at the beginning of the week. We started implementing those, and then we also have the in the rear view. That's where we go back and we look at good parts of the good clips, good segments that we had in previous episodes.
We can talk about how some of our takes or ideas have aged, if they're good or bad, or if things that we have talked about maybe happened or didn't happen. Stuff like that.
Yeah, and you guys seem to really like it. The feedback's been really good on that. If there's any episodes or any clips that you guys want us to, or just topics that you guys want us to go more in depth on that maybe we talked about in a previous episode, you want us to bring it back alive and reevaluate, like you said, if the ideas we had are old, or if they came true, if we were right, let us know down in the comments, man. You got anything else before we go into the
No, man, I think you covered everything.
All right, man, let's get to the tip of the week, man. Tip of the week. The truth doesn't care who you're trying to impress. It only asks if you're willing to listen. Reflection. This week reminded us that influence, identity, and insight are often hiding behind ego. Strip away the uniform, the buzzwords, the filters, and ask, do you know who you are? And who's really beside you? Hey, man.
That's deep.
Yeah. Hey, man, you're in the Wit with Flex.
And Quell.
Hey, we'll catch y'all next episode. Peace.